Hi everyone!
Hiya.
So my sister is here again for another video, and this video we want to talk about a series that we have come to really love recently.
Adore.
And I'm really frustrated that I haven't gone to it sooner. But the thing that we want to show you, which will give away, well obviously the title of this video will give away, but I got the most awesome present at my office team party.
Pretty bloody cool.
We played a game called White Elephant, which we've not done before, which is a you have to buy a generic present that can be secret for anyone rather than Secret Santa, and involves gift swapping and such. But I picked this and nobody stole it from me, and I was so thankful. And it's called Stranger Fillings, and it's baking based on the series Stranger Things. So for example, there's a Demogorgon. Made out of 6 olives, pastry, and cheese.
That is awesome.
Stuff like that. And I picked this up. I was like, I am so thankful that my colleague Katie bought this. So yes, thank you, Katie, if you're watching this, for buying this book. Now, Stranger Things. Bit of background. Mum and our parents had watched the first series, but I had just not gotten round to it. And I'd been told, you have to watch it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get round to it. Then in June or July, I had a day off work because I wasn't feeling well, couldn't sleep and that, and I was like, oh, for God's sake, I'm going to be awake, I'll put on Netflix and see what's on. And Stranger Things was there. I thought, okay, I'll give it a go, I'll give it one episode. I watched like the entire thing in one sitting, and I was like, oh my God, I have to wait 3 months now for series 2. I used to wait 3 months, and that was agony. For the actual people who saw series 1 when it originally got released, it was 18 months. So my anguish of having to wait that long was nothing compared to what everyone else did. And when series 2 aired, I got home early from work, I locked my door, I had bought food and snacks, and I was like, didn't I send you a message? I was like, let's do this. And I watched the entire second series in one sitting. I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't really sleep after that. So my Saturday, so the day after that it got launched, was a bit of like a weird sleeping state, because I was awake because I couldn't sleep, but then I had to sleep because I was also going to be zombie. It was a really kind of blurred weekend from what I remember. But I just remember loving it like crazy. And then, because Sarah, who's like, hi Sarah, by the way.
Hi darling.
She loves it as well, so I was chatting a lot with Sarah about it, and Laura was like, you know what, I'm going to check this out.
I did, and I'm not really into sci-fi as a genre. I don't particularly connect to sci-fi, but my husband had taken our children away for the weekend, and I was bored and I had nothing to do, and I was watching bloody Notting Hill. And
I remember now,
and I was like, this is actually a really bad film. It's weird how like your perspective of things changes as you get older. But anyway, and you were like halfway through season 2 of Stranger Things by that point, and you were like, oh, you've got to watch it. And I thought, oh, all right.
I think I'd already finished it at that point. I think possibly.
Had you? It was,
or maybe it was late on that Friday evening.
Late Friday evening.
So I was probably about halfway or so through it then. Yeah.
And I'm quite a scaredy cat when I'm on my own, because I'm not used to being alone. I've never lived alone because I moved out of my parents' house, and me and my husband set up home together, and I'm never on my own in the house. And the first episode came on, and it was all like flicky lights and
scary stuff.
And I was like, oh, I can't do this.
And then we got a message. We got me and Sarah, because we're part of their message group on Facebook. Got a message going, I'm too scared.
I watched the first episode.
Watched the first episode,
and I was like, I need to watch this in the day. It's like It. I can't read it at night. I can't read Stephen King at night. So, because I'm not used to living by myself, I went to bed, and I woke up stupidly early.
It was something like 4:30.
It was 4:30 because I'm not used to being in bed alone.
It was still at that kind of period where it was quite light early. It was. So you were like, I'm okay to sit and watch this in this light.
So I got up, and I swear I must have just binged.
You did,
the rest of season 1 that day. I remember I went into town for like an hour or two because I needed to run some errands. But I came back and I just binged the rest of it. And then I had to go to work. And then on the Sunday, I did season 2 as much as I could until my husband came home. And then on the Monday, I finished it.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I thought, this right here is what I love. This is great characters and great story. Realistic parenting.
Yeah.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Like, I do find that things when they're related to teenagers, their parents are just sort of in the ether.
They're either not there, or they're there and they neglect them, or they're there and don't give a damn.
Don't care, But I loved Stranger Things. I thought it was so clever.
Yeah.
So beautiful. And oddly, I remember the 80s. I mean, I was only...
Yeah, I remember that there was the episode where Eleven was exploring Nancy's bedroom.
Yeah.
She was in the house and we got a message going, oh my god, that jewellery box that she's looking in, I had that jewellery box.
With the ballerina.
Yeah.
And it had a wind-up thing at the back.
Yeah.
You'd open it and the ballerina would dance and it would be a tune. I had that box.
Yeah.
I had that box. And it's this weird, beautiful, like, memory of childhood.
It's a beautiful nostalgia thing, but it doesn't weigh heavy on the 80s.
No.
It doesn't go, oh, let's just emphasise all of this stuff and forget about the linear stuff. It goes, no, we just happen to be set in the 80s. Oh, look, oh, no, do you remember that? Oh, my God, remember how we got excited at that? We used to drink that all the time, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way about the comedy The Goldbergs, which is set in the 80s, and they refer to things that are happening and films that are out and certain events going on.
Yeah.
It has that same feeling where it just happens to be set at that time, but that's not the emphasis of the story. No. It's about these people.
And I love those kids. Those kids are like precious beings, precious beacons of light. I pray to God that they are protected and helped.
I think they are.
I honestly do.
The respect I think that they show to their fans, to the makers and everything, I think that reflects how their treatment of how they are respected,
and I think that
by the creators and that.
They come across, particularly Finn Wolfhard, comes across as an incredibly astute child.
Oh yeah.
He knows the pitfalls of this.
Finn plays Mike in the series, just so you know, in case you didn't know.
He is Noah, Finn, Noah, Gatlin, Caleb, and Millie are all just stunning actors.
I do agree with Mum that Millie, if you watch interviews and such, she kind of dominates. She likes to be the one that like gets the answer in first.
She seems to be a bit of a stage school kid.
Stage school kid. But
she's a great actor, so I don't care.
To be you know, an actress of that age, I think you kind of have to be that way to stand out, kind of. So you know, it's what it is. It's what it is. But all of them together, they're absolutely wonderful, and them all individually are wonderful as well. Yeah. And it's insane. Like Caleb, he's the oldest one of the group. Yeah. When the first series started, the others were about 11, 12, and he was like 14. And I remember I saw an interview with the Duffer Brothers, and they were like, please God, don't let him have a growth spurt between series 1 and 2. Please don't let him have a go. And he didn't. So yeah, they were very lucky with that. Because he does. He looks really young. You think he was about 12.
He does.
But the whole Stranger Things focuses around, the first series focuses around these boys that are playing Dungeons and Dragons, and on the way home, one of them, Will, disappears. And
what a stunning actor that boy is. Noah,
like,
I can't remember his surname.
I'm not sure. I'll put it in the description. He was like, series 2. Like, where the hell did that come from? Whoever cast this series did the most phenomenal job with those kids. Yeah. It is unreal. But yeah, in the process of trying to find him, there's this whole thing of creatures being released from a government base that's in the area, and them trying to figure out what's going on. And it comes down, like, there's bits where it's really crazy scientific, like tanks that Eleven gets put in to be able to try and find people telepathically, all the way down to following a compass. And I love that there's this thing that Dustin's my boy. I love Dustin. Dustin's amazing. And how he's like, seriously? You don't know how? And they're like, is there a microchip or something in a compass? He's like, what? Seriously? He's like, you've played Dungeons and Dragons, we've done all this crazy stuff together, and you don't know how a compass works?
See, a part of the thing I love is, like, I love the fact that they all swear when they get together, because that's what kids do. They swear, and their dialogue is so natural, and it's so... But, like, they deeply, deeply care about each other. That it's a real family. I mean, one of my favourite moments in the whole thing is when Eleven rescues Mike.
Yeah. Obviously, this is full of spoilers. I really forgot to say, didn't we?
Yeah, you should probably put that in the title.
Yeah, I'll put it in the title.
Spoilers.
Yeah, so, sorry, when Eleven
rescues Mike and he hugs her and then Dustin hugs both of them. Yeah. I just love that so much.
Before he hugs them, he, like, yells to the bullies who were attacking them, she's our friend and she's crazy! I love him so much.
He's a great, great kid. And I love the fact that Dustin is so lovely to his mum.
Yeah.
He's the
only child to a single mother.
Yeah.
Who, she doesn't like, you know, constantly, like, protects him, as it were, but he feels comfort being with her and everything, and when he's at home he's safe and that, but he feels like, you know, he does what he can to help her with various things. So you have that. We kind of met Lucas's family in series 2. Not very much.
His little sister is hilarious.
Well, the little sister is definitely in series 3. They've said that for certain, so the family is going to be more prominent. But his little sister is hilarious.
She's so funny.
She's like, no. When he's shown off his Ghostbusters outfit for Halloween.
I love that bit. I love that bit when they're all having their pictures taken, and Dustin's there going with his teeth,
his new teeth. Yeah, his new teeth. So we didn't really meet Lucas's family that much. There was a couple of scenes, like they're like dinner scenes.
I love that though, when his dad was saying, you must always do what Mama says, and he goes, well, Mama isn't always right, and he goes, Mama is always right, son. And the sooner you learn that, the better.
And of course, Will's family and Mike's family are so prominent in series 1.
They are.
Will's family are very prominent in series 2 as well, but Mike's not as much. Nancy, his sister, is, because Nancy is a key character. But his parents get reduced to his mum being obsessed with love novels and having baths, and his dad
with his father.
Well,
I'm not
his
surprised.
dad just kind of like eating and falling asleep on the sofa. That's what they get kind of reduced to in series 2.
Yeah.
But I don't see that as a loss, because they weren't really there as characters to connect. It was just kind of like they were characters who the boys had to try and avoid and dart around whilst trying to hide 11 and do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So
the thing I think that I love about it so much is that it's got real echoes of Stephen King, of Spielberg,
every
80s,
film that you can think of.
Yeah, the Goonies, of Stand By Me, of a very deeply 80s culture and films and books. And
well, it's interesting because the third series will be 1985, and that was the year it was like Poltergeist, Night Fright, and The Breakfast Club.
Right,
got released.
So cult classics all the way.
So obviously, when series 2 got got what is based in 1984. It was like Ghostbusters and stuff like that. So thus it made total sense because it was released in the summer. That for Halloween all the boys wanted to dress as Ghostbusters, and there's that awesome argument that they have about who gets to be Venkman.
Who gets to be Venkman? No.
I don't want to be Winston.
I just.
Who wants to be Winston?
I just love like that moment where you think it's like something terrible. He's like, why is no one else in costume?
Yeah.
And then, but they did something in series 2 which is very, very difficult to do. Is they introduced Max as the new character,
New girl,
and Billy, and her psychotic brother.
Well, stepbrother. They're not biologically related, but it's interesting with him because they kept on referring to an event that happened in California that led them there.
Yeah, they never
really said what it was. And then, I think it was like the penultimate episode, we had a scene in the house, and you realise that it's his father and her mother that got married. That his father is physically abusive to him.
Yeah.
And because he refuses to call his stepmother mum or something, or he disrespects her in some way verbally. I can't remember that, and he beats him, and Billy's really shaken by it, and obviously leads him to go on a bit of a psychotic rant and beat Steve up. But yeah, we don't quite know because I when I first watched it, I thought, could the event be that their marriage? But then that doesn't seem big enough to have them leave California to this little dinky place that no one's ever heard of in Indiana.
The other side of the country.
Yeah, so I think there's something more that's going to be revealed there.
I hope Billy has a purpose because he didn't really seem to have one.
I think it's that thing how, like Steve, the character of Steve, in series 1, he was dick.
He really was.
Dick. And then he did one thing, and it was like in the last episode, it was like, oh crap, I have to like you now because what you did was really good. And in the second series, he developed so much.
He became the daddy of the group.
Insane. So it kind of feels like, for me, in series 2, Billy is what Steve was in series 1.
Yeah.
And I hope that means that in series 3, he's going to develop into something else. But there was a really strong reaction from fans that they really liked Billy as a character. Obviously, they hated him because he was horrible. But then at the same time, as a character, he was really good for the series. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that they'll stick around.
I hope so too. And I loved the guy that played him. I thought the guy that played him was great.
Yeah, he's Australian, I think he is. He's very nice. But when he got out of the car in the first shot, and he's playing Hurricane, rock you like a hurricane. I love that song. And then he got out. I was having a drink, and he spat out my drink because of his hair, the little earring that's dangling down, the double denim on denim, and it's tight denim.
I must admit, the first time I saw him, I was a bit like, oh, hello. Who are you? Okay, but then he was an absolute dick to his little sister, and I thought, well, fuck you then. But I really hope that he gets some character development. But no, I loved Steve's character development. Steve's
gone from a really...
He was a total dick.
I was praying every episode that the Demogorgon would come and get him. Yeah. He has to go, I'm sorry. And then he did what he did. Yeah. And it's like, oh, damn it.
And he became Daddy Steve.
Yeah.
But the real Papa, that's probably not the right word, actually. Not that word. The real father figure is Hopper.
I adore.
I ship Jopper. Jopper has to happen. Joyce and Hopper have to get together.
And Hopper cannot die in any series. I'm sorry, I cannot allow that to happen.
If that ever happens, I will die myself.
Right, the reason why I say that is because there is a theory, and I totally agree with this theory, that in Series 3, something could potentially happen to Dustin and to Hopper. Because there was a sequence where they were in a tunnel, and there were these, pod things, and it spat out a load of stuff into the air, and it kind of choked them, both of them. And then they got out, and everything carried on. Now, the reason why I say that is because at the end of series 1, there was this whole thing about how Will got rescued and he had this, like, tube thing in his mouth and it got pulled out. And the last sequence of him was in his bathroom of his house, and he started coughing and he coughed up this bug. It was really disgusting.
It's gross.
Gross. But that led on to series 2. So clearly something gets in contact with you from the upside down, which is the underworld where Will was, and also where Dustin and Hopper was at the time that they got spat at and that thing. It's got to connect somehow to something. So I am terrified that something's going to happen to Hopper and Dustin, my two boys, my two favourites.
It can't be Will again.
No, because Will's had so much shit thrown in him for 2 years. He needs a break.
Yeah. The ships. Jopper.
Yeah.
Jancy.
Yeah.
Milevin.
Yeah.
Luas? Is that what we decided they were called? Luax?
I think
Lucas
that's what the fandom, I think, of
Luax. I'm just, all these ships they've all got to happen because
not necessarily a ship, but I want it to stay as it is very nice. Steve and Dustin having this big brother little brother relationship.
It's so beautiful
because in the second series they had this episode where randomly these pairs that you would never put together were forced together, split up all over the place.
Yeah.
And then they kind of stuck around and then they started bringing them together. And those two
were great together.
Were amazing to the degree that, like, in the last episode, Steve picked up Dustin and took him to the dance.
It was so lovely.
He was giving him tips on how to approach on his hair. And oh God, that hair. Dustin, that hair.
He was so lovely.
Yeah, it's so sweet. And you can see it carrying on as a brother relationship.
Yeah, I do love Steve and Dustin's relationship.
Dustin's an only child. He doesn't have that person, and he doesn't have a dad that he can talk to about
He needs an older male, and I think Hopper is too old. Hopper's closer to Mike and Will, and I think
out of the boys, yes, but obviously 11.
And 11. He's 11's father now.
Yeah,
he's 11's dad.
The certificate says
Jane Hopper.
Yeah,
I cried. I cried.
He made me cry so many times during series 2. I was emotional. I sent those voice notes and I'm crying over Hopper in the car.
I find Hopper incredibly sexy.
Oh yeah, me too.
I find him so attractive. But he's
David who plays him.
He's not like a conventionally attractive man.
No,
I think it's
that he has this thing of just getting through kind of what he has to do and that. But he's so determined that he will protect anybody who he loves.
He's so loyal.
Yeah. I like the first episode you see him, he's waking up on his sofa, clearly hungover. He gets to work and he's like,
coffee and contemplation.
What do I say about Mondays? It's coffee and contemplation. Do not disturb me. You know, kind of, he's wonderful, but especially series 2.
When you learn more about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you learn in the last episode of series 1 because of the whole with Will and getting his heart to start and all that lot. We learn about his daughter. But you see him as a father in series 2. And it's like, oh my God.
I loved it. I thought it was so great. And I mean the real question for Stranger Things is why the hell don't they sell Eggos in the UK? I need to know what that tastes like.
11 is obsessed with Eggos.
I don't know what that's like.
Because it's what Mike fed her constantly. And it's so beautiful because at the end of the first series, we don't know where 11 is, but obviously she comes back in the second series, and Hopper leaves Eggos and such in this little box thing in the woods.
Yeah.
And one day she follows him after seeing him put stuff in it to his car, and they kind of just look at each other, and he's like, right then, come with me, and I'll protect you. But the way they play off each other, especially there's this fantastic scene, I think it's episode 4, where they have a screaming match, and because Elle is telepathic and that, she causes all the windows to shatter. She just screamed and they go,
It was a great scene.
Yeah.
Great scene. But I think her problem, and his problem too, was he was treading the line between protection and keeping her prisoner.
Yeah.
And he knew it.
Yeah.
He really knew that, but he was too scared to let her out that she just went, fuck this, and left.
Yeah.
And I loved, there's so many scenes in that bit.
The bit with the message in the car that killed me. I was
that
just
was
like,
so beautiful. I love the way he's like hugging his steering wheel.
and he's crying.
Like he's crying.
And he's trying not to make it sound like he's crying. And it's so gorgeous.
It's
and
wonderful.
when they meet up again and they're driving in the car and he's saying about her new look.
Yeah.
And she went, bitching. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll agree. Bitchin'.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
And I love that when they meet up again, he's like, where the hell have you been? And she's like, where the hell have you been?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Right. Let's talk about episode 7 of season 2, because it's been a real controversial thing.
Okay. Episode 7 of series 2 is an episode where 11 leaves the area and
goes to Chicago.
She goes to Chicago because she has this thing of she was experimented on by the government at this building. She managed to get out, and so Hopper is keeping her at his place to protect her from the government, so they can't find her. She realizes that she's called 11 because she has the number 11 tattooed on her arm, which means that there were 10 children before her. And she gets kind of obsessed with finding these children, knowing who they are. And she manages to track one of them using her abilities to Chicago, this girl who's number 8. And so she goes to Chicago, and they're like, oh yeah, we're fighting justice, we're tracking down the men who did these things, da 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 da. But then at the same time, we're bank robbers and we're going to do whatever the hell.
Really
and
weird.
Her power is that she is able to manipulate you to believe you're seeing something that's not real. So, like, there's a point where she says to Elle, open your hand, and she opens her hand and she sees there's a butterfly. It's a beautiful butterfly. And stuff like that. And there's this massive chase scene that opens series 2, and she makes the police believe that the bridge that they're driving under is collapsing on top of them, and so it stops the police from carrying on. It's mainly focused around 11. Yes, there are bits that flip back and forth between the other characters and what they're doing, but it's mainly focused on 11 in Chicago. I thought it was okay.
Yeah. It felt jarring to me.
It was jarring. It was jarring. It kind of, because of the way it ended, I know it was a development for 11 because she realised she didn't want to be that. 8 was a reflection of what she could be, whereas it's not where her heart tells her to be. So it was kind of important for her development to see that, but then at the same time I'm like, yeah, I don't really need that.
No. Because they'll be back in season 3, I have no doubt.
Probably, and there's the other children as well, because obviously there's going to be others that are going to pop up. But we know for certain, because the Duffer Brothers, I love them for doing this. I totally respect them, and it's awesome. They've said, we have planned 4 series. There will, under no circumstances, be more than 4 series. Because we don't want this to carry on and deteriorate into something that is a shell
what it is.
of what it is. And
are you hearing me, Grey's Anatomy?
And
because you're right, because there are, like Grey's Anatomy, there are series that have gone on and on and on and on, and they just become repetitive. And
it kind of become caricatures of themselves.
They do, and I love that. I love the fact that they've got an end game. And the same with This Is Us. I think they've only planned for 5 seasons.
5 series,
and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's wonderful. If you can give people 4 really high quality series, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all. And that also means that the kids will be of college age when it ends, so they can go off and go to college if they want to. Like The Walking Dead. I mean, I'm not being funny, but like this season has been not good, has it?
It's been a difficult one because we've had 8 episodes. 4 of them were this one battle with Negan, all based around, I think it was either 1 or 2 days.
Right.
So you had to follow these people, and it was just bam, 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 constantly, da, 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 da. 40 minutes, wait, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
It was just like, for fuck's sake, I need a break from this.
Yeah.
I think if you watched it on like as DVD, watch those 4 episodes together, that works so much better. But when you do it as an individual weekly thing, it really breaks you down.
Mm-hmm.
So we've only really had 4 episodes, if you think about it. As usual stuff.
Yeah.
It's been interesting, these 4 episodes. I will admit, I was really taken aback by the ending of episode 8, as was everyone else.
Yeah, that was a shot in the foot. But
at the same time, obviously I don't know about the contracts negotiated, because obviously Chandler's father went fucking mental on Facebook and ranted like crazy. I don't know anything about that. But as a fan, I'm kind of like, it means that Chandler can go to college because he's just graduated. It means that he can pursue his music, which he is obsessed with. If you look at his Instagram, it's all music and everything. But that doesn't mean he's going to turn his back on the Walking Dead world and that, because he adores going to Comic-Con and surprising people in that. So even like the next few series or whatever, I'm sure he's going to pop up at Comic-Con panels and that, because it's what he's like. He totally respects the fandom. But that's going to be hard.
To bring it back to Stranger Things, if they do finish after 4 series, say the next one comes out, I think they said it was 2019.
It probably will, because there were 18 months between series 1 and 2.
Okay, so if that's
estimate
2019. The children will be 16 in 2019, so it will finish when they're 18. So afterwards, they could go to college. Which is good, which they should do. I think it's terrible if young actors miss out on that part of their education because of their job. I don't like that. If they want to do that, I think that's great. So but
so I can't. So like with Walking Dead, I feel happy for Chandler Riggs because it gives him the opportunities. But it's a kick in the gut that we're going to lose him. But what can you do? It's what was been decided.
But anyway.
But as makers, I totally respect the Duffer Brothers for doing that.
I completely respect that too.
And there's so many series where they go, no, let's turn out another and another and another, and it becomes a caricature of what it is.
It really, really does. I mean, there have been series in the UK that have done exactly like my husband recently. Rewatched The Office over a period of a week. He went through the whole thing and he was crying, laughing, because he'd forgotten stuff. It had been like 5 years since we'd watched it. And he was crying with laughter. And he even said it again, thank God they didn't make any more of these.
It's like Gavin and Stacey.
It's perfect.
Yeah, Gavin and Stacey, those like 4 series, whatever, that little bot. It's a perfect gem. Sorry, Postman. I don't know if you heard that. There was like, I think it was 3 series in the Christmas special, wasn't it? They did. That is a perfect gem. You don't need to explore it anymore. You don't need to play with it. So don't touch it.
No.
And they haven't touched it.
No, but I love Stranger Things. I'm so... I mean, the way that they wrote the love story between Mike and Eleven was just beautiful. It was so cute, it was so sweet, and I didn't feel like either of them were perhaps made to do things that were older than they are, because people have got to keep in mind that these children are children. I mean, Finn is only 14, and I think Millie is too. And
let's talk about something that related to what it is, but a completely different thing. That actually Finn is in the recent version of It. Now,
which I'm reading.
There is a section. Obviously, Laura knows about this.
Yes,
I think everybody knows about this anyway. That in It, the sequence near the end. I won't say exactly how it gets set up because I don't want to spoil that for Laura. But there is a sex orgy between all the kids and Bev, who's the girl in the group, in order to defeat It. reading that it's quite awkward and such, but I can't, as Laura said, is it necessary? And I went, well, because of the way that it is, I think you have to read it to understand.
I'm going to. I think I'm reading in context.
But in the film, the makers cut that out.
And I'm
very,
so happy
very
they did.
respectfully that they did.
And I've got to say, if I were a parent of a 14-year-old actor who wanted to be in this film, and that was in it, I'd be like, you're not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't care how much of a great opportunity it is for you.
It's like the film Kids. I don't know if you've seen this. We had to analyse some of it for the media studies, and it was the most excruciating, uncomfortable time I did, because we had to analyse the opening sequence, and our teacher said, this is something that is uncomfortable, but we're exploring darker things, so we're doing this. But you are of age. It's a 15 certificate film. You are of age to watch it, so it's not something we have to get your parents' permission. And it begins with a boy kissing a girl in a very sexual manner and convincing her to have sex with him. And you see them have sex, and it's brutal. It's really harsh. It's only this afterwards, and our teacher stopped at that's the end of that scene, and she told us the context of it, because it was about the context versus the reality. He's 15, she's 12. And it's like, oh my God, I mean, what the hell did I just see? And it was like, if like that film, it's like, can you imagine if your 12-year-old daughter got this part and you were that was the opening sequence of the film? Well, anyway, even if it wasn't the opening sequence of the film, you're told, right, it's about a group of kids who are about 14, 15 years old, having sex with underage girls, drinking, taking drugs, all that lot. We want your child to be in it.
Yeah.
How would you react?
Yeah.
You know? So the kids in this, like, we've had, like, 2 kisses between Mike and 11.
2.
Because there was
3 kisses.
3.
3 kisses. Because there's their first kiss.
And
there's
series
the 2 at Snowball.
And, oh, yes, they have 2 at the Snowball, don't they? I was thinking they only had 1 at Snowball.
And they're very brief, very
and
lovely,
we've had
sweet
Max and
Lucas,
and of course we had Nancy and Jonathan.
But they're like
they're older. So that's out of the kids. That's 4 kisses that are very sweet and delicate, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They're not like over sexualized or anything. You know, even like their outfits that they wear is all very natural.
But I've seen some really disturbing stuff on Tumblr and Twitter.
Yeah.
Really quite disturbing stuff, and I just can't see how. I mean, I ship the kids because the relationships are so beautifully written and so sweet. It's a cute, sweet, lovely thing.
Yeah.
Not an older graphic thing.
No, but there are people that
take it too far, and it bothers me.
It's kind of they're seeing them as being adult or teenage or like Nancy and Jonathan's age.
Yeah.
Where they kiss and they get together, I was like clearing.
Oh my God! It was like, yes, at last. But no, I think that particularly reporters, the way that they talk to them is appalling. And already, Millie Bobby Brown, she went to SNL or something, and they took pictures of her, and she's been sort of courted by like the fashion industry. And there is a real undertone of sexualization of her, particularly in the press, and it bothers me. It really, really, really bothers me. But hopefully, people will see it for what it is. That it's kids who are incredibly talented, and I hope to God that they're protected, and that they're safe.
I think they are, because when you see like their live Q&As and all that lot, it's very much in their pajamas, in their bedrooms. You know, let's have fun, and even like videos that Millie does of her singing and such, and with the girl who plays Max, who's a really good singer as well. They're just having fun, and she's really close to Noah, who plays Will. They're really, really good friends. So it's really lovely that you see their relationship, and they're very open to have Q&As and stuff like that and talk to their fans and such.
But in terms of writing, directing,
Oh my
cinematography,
God.
production value, I'm just on board. I love it so much. I
Yeah.
really do. I
think it took the Duffer Brothers several attempts to get it made, didn't it? So
Okay.
they went to Netflix because it was like main people are like kind of laughing at us for this. Let's take it somewhere else.
Special mention for Sean Astin in season 2. I loved him.
Oh my God.
Bob.
Bob.
If your name begins with B in Stranger Things, look out.
Bob.
Justice for Bob.
Justice for Bob.
Because Bob was amazing.
I am part of. As soon as I met her, from dinner, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a part of that fandom of Stranger Things where we are like, Justice for Bob, get her back. I don't care if she's dead, just get her back.
She's so good. She's been in Riverdale,
yes, because she was, because there was that bit where she was walking home and she had to call Archie.
Oh, that's right.
So she's been in like one
a
or two
little
scenes.
bit.
But because she was working at a cinema, wasn't she, when Stranger Things aired, and people knew that she worked at the cinema, so they would like go flood her when she was working, to the point that she had to quit because they were getting fed up that people ring up and go, so when is she working? What's her schedule? so because she was getting flooded with people wanting to take her autograph and a picture, and she's like, yeah, I'm just like working ticket. Yeah, let's go. That kind of thing.
Bob
so she had to quit her job.
Bob was only in it for like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
but she was so good. I wish that they had been able to bring her back.
Me too.
I really loved Bob.
I love Bob. But also, for editing and all that lot, amazing.
Yeah.
Whoever constructed the Series 2 trailer, the Thriller trailer,
Yeah.
Comic-Con. And I love it. If
That
you
was
watch the
great.
reaction at Comic-Con, because none of the cast had seen it.
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, and they're jumping up and down and they're screaming.
I haven't watched any of the panels.
Oh, you haven't?
Have to
They're
watch them.
Because it's really good, because the Series 2 one, when they released that, and they're all jumping up and down and go, oh my God, great. Okay, let's open Q&A. And then somebody appears and takes off their hat, and it's the girl who played Barb, and she's like, so is Barb going to come back in Series 2? Like, come on, guys, as she gets pulled up onto the panel.
Oh, cool.
So,
I've got to watch those. I really
Yeah.
have to watch
they're
those.
really cool.
But no, I'm so in love with Stranger Things. I love
Yeah.
the fact that, like, the soundtrack is all like the synthesized music of
Yeah.
the 80s, and I can't see anything bad about it. I
No.
can't. I love it.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love Dustin. Dustin is
Dustin's my boy, and Barb is my girl. I love them too.
I wish Nancy was slightly less like tight. But I'm hoping.
Maybe with Jonathan, because now she's with Jonathan.
Yeah.
She's,
And
I love that those two are together.
I loved that Steve was like, it's all right, Nancy.
Yeah.
I loved that he was like that, and he didn't do anything like bloody stupid or
No.
you know.
Sorry.
Because season 1 Steve would have.
Oh yeah, Series 1 Steve would have, and then
Yeah.
as soon as he got like the shit scared out of him because of
Yeah.
Demogorgon, he was like, okay then.
I need to know, what is the upside down? What is it? Why is it there?
Yeah.
I need to know this stuff.
And can I just say, last little thing, subtlety with like the blue wristband, Hopper's blue wristband.
Yeah.
That is so heartbreaking, because his daughter is beautiful, beautiful daughter. When you see her, she's got these little blonde pigtails like, right on top of her head, and she's got these bright blue hairbands. And she can't breathe. While they're playing, and it looks like she's got a form of cancer, and the next time she hasn't got any hair because of chemotherapy. So he's got her hairbands on his wrists, and he wears them all the time. And then finally, in the final bit with the ball, because he's now got 11 officially, and she's got a birth certificate to say that that he's her father and everything. She has got a blue wristband to the dance, and I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna kill me.
I just love him so much.
I love him so
I've got
much.
real like
And
proper love.
David, who plays it,
Yeah.
he's awesome. But I love that because I saw an interview with him and he said in series 1, I deliberately kept myself away from the kids. So that first meeting of us, I was kind of acting like an ass when we weren't filming because I wanted them to be freaked out by me and just feel that this guy is really awful, come out of the performance. But then after that, I was like, hey, do you want a hug? And, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And he said, they're like my kids and I'll look after them. I'll do whatever I can. But I also adore that he is best friends with Winona Ryder.
We haven't talked about Winona fucking Ryder.
No, we haven't.
Like, what? Okay.
Joyce, like... I marvel at that.
Winona Ryder was one of my favourite actors in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
In the 80s and 90s. She's so beautiful and so great at her job.
Yeah.
And I love that they cast her because she had a huge career in the 80s.
She did, yeah.
You know, that they've cast people who are familiar from that time.
Yeah, like Sean Astin.
Sean Astin
from the Goonies. It was amazing choice.
And I love the fact that they've chosen to have a mother who is a single mother, a strong woman, who is incredibly vulnerable, whose children know that she needs help.
And yet she's incredibly strong.
And she's brilliant. Yeah. And she knows her child is somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
the genius of figuring out the lights and the wall with the alphabet.
God. You've got to do that.
Yeah.
You could do that in here. Seriously, you could have it's Christmas. Get some lights and put the alphabet on there.
Oh my God,
you could totally do that.
Maybe next year.
We actually had some of those lights at work.
Oh really?
And I was
going, retro.
Are you there? Are you there?
But they light up. Kind of thing.
I loved that.
Yeah, she figures out that there's something to do with the lights because they keep flickering and going on and off. So he's like, okay, let's do this and start talking to Will, but he can only respond to like yes. She says one flash for yes, two for no.
Two for no.
So then she puts the string of lights and with the alphabet. It says right, Will, talk to me.
Yeah,
and she does R-U-N.
Run. I loved it. I think Winona Ryder was such a great choice.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like, right, because her house gets kind of like ripped to shreds at the end of series 1, and then series 2 we had the colourings all over the wall, and I kind of felt like she probably, when they put it up, thinking, I just got this house back to normal. I just got it in livable conditions, and now look at it.
And I love that she never ever gives up, even when Will is screaming in pain.
Yeah.
And the thing in him.
Because they've got to, it's like a virus, they've got to get it out
burn
of him.
It out of him.
And he's thrashing about and he's ripping off ropes and he's saying, you're dead to me, die bitch, and all this.
Yeah. He's really...
Because she knows it's not Will.
Yeah. It's this monster in him.
Yeah.
So we will see what season 3 brings, but
Joyce
love it.
Joyce is just, God, she is the ultimate mum.
But she's like Eleven's mum as well.
She is,
the connection she has with 11 is beautiful.
It's the end of series 1, especially when they're kind of doing that version of the tank in the pool at the school, and even when she's got the goggles on and she's panicking, Joyce reaches over and grabs her hand and says, okay, I'm here. Carry on,
Yeah. And I know what's going to happen. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, obviously, but like I need Joyce and Hopper to get together.
Yes.
Which means that Will and Jonathan and 11 will all be a family.
And can I say,
they'll all live together and have lovely Christmas houses.
And the one secondary character who cannot die under any circumstance because everything will go to shit without him is Mr. Clark, the science teacher.
I love Mr. Clark! Mr. Clark is wonderful. Yeah. Why are you closing this curiosity door, Mr. Clark? I love Mr. Clark. I follow him on Twitter.
Oh, do you?
And he's so funny.
Yeah.
And he said that, Gaten playing Dustin reminds him of himself when he was that age.
Yeah.
And that's why he loves playing Mr. Clark. He loves being like the adult that...
And he's the science teacher who knows all this insane stuff about science that helps them defeat demigorgons, but they're like, so what do you need this for? Oh, we're just wondering. We're just, you know.
He totally validates kids and their ideas and their purpose.
And
the AV club.
He allows the AV club. He lets them play around with stuff. He's very, even his approach to his classes. He's not like, let's open a textbook and do that. He's like, let's explore the brain. Yeah. And he's got this fake brain, obviously. And he's like, can you contemplate that there's like 1 billion cells in your head right now or something? 100 billion.
He's a great teacher.
Yeah, he's this wonderful entity.
I love that Dustin calls him my lord. Yes, my lord.
I've officially given him that title.
I love it so much. It's just so funny and sweet and yet scary and deep and it's fantastic. So I cannot recommend Stranger Things enough. I know that a lot of people get really like, oh, it's just hype, it's just hype, it's just hype. In this case,
it's not hype.
It is not hype.
It is brilliant.
Oh, it's perfect. I love it. Yeah. I love it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think we're done. All right, then. All right, guys, so watch Stranger Things. I think we need to have stopped. We've just done 2 videos back to back and we've been talking for like 2 hours. So, we'll see you guys later. And enjoy Stranger Things if you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Please watch it.
Do it, guys. It's great.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.